everyone, and welcome to the Symmetry tutorial series. This video will help you get started by providing you with a basic understanding on the layout of the program. As we navigate and begin to explore the capabilities of Symmetry, you will notice this software is the next cutting-edge tool for handling GIS data. This platform makes it possible to integrate existing and new data sets with multiple coordinate systems, such as topography, land hydrography, engineering as-built drawings, surface and subsurface utility facilities, and transmitted signal data. Now, let us begin by navigating through Symmetry to understand the general layout. We see here the Symmetry start page. Within the start page, we have access to multiple components. Starting top to bottom, we have the Quick Access toolbar, File menu, Ribbon menu, Splash screen, and the message log. The Quick Access toolbar contains a set of commands that are independent of the tab that is currently displayed. These commands include create, open, save a project, format painter, and add or remove server, URL, or login information. Next is the File menu. The File menu, similar to the Quick Access toolbar, but containing additional important commands when working on a project. These commands include create, open, save, share, and close projects, access the server URL and login information, project settings, and the working environment preferences. Moving to the Ribbon menu. The ribbon organizes all commands in logical groups that are collected together under 11 separate tabs, reflecting on their type of activity. Let's briefly go over each tab, starting with the View Settings tab. This tab contains commands for changing your layouts, view modes, terrain imagery, oblique imagery, and overlays of the 3D window. Next is the Navigation tab. The Navigation tab contains commands to navigate in a 3D window. These commands range from adjusting camera angles, navigation modes, to jumping to specific coordinates. Next is the Load Layers tab. The Load Layers tab contains commands for adding layers to a project and for converting data to formats which provide better performance. Later on through this tutorial series, we will be covering the topic on importing data, where it will be spent most of its time in this tab. Next is the Feature Layer tab. This tab is active when a layer is selected. It contains commands for editing and querying layers and displaying their properties. Next is the 3D Mesh Layer tab. The 3D Mesh Layer tab is active when a 3D ML is selected. It contains commands for editing and querying mesh layers, classifying them, displaying their properties, and saving and exporting them. Next is the Terrain Layer tab. The Terrain Layer tab contains commands to edit, extract, and convert terrain layers. Next is the Objects tab. The Object tab contains commands for selecting and adding objects to the 3D world. These objects range from labels, 2D and 3D objects, dynamic objects, 3D models, videos, and floor plans. Next is the Analysis tab. The Analysis tab contains commands for performing measurements and terrain analysis. This is Symmetry's most complex tab, and we will be covering these commands later in the tutorial series. Next is the Effects tab. The Effects tab is rather straightforward. It contains commands for creating and setting environment and weather effects and animations. Next is the Presentation tab. The Presentation tab is active when a presentation is selected. It contains commands for creating and playing presentations, as well as taking snapshots on the 3D window. Finally is the Help tab. The Help tab contains help files and basic license information and product information. Here you can access the user manual, quick start guide, and the installed version of Symmetry. Now let us take a look at the splash screen. This is the first page you will see after opening Symmetry and appears after you close your current project. It provides copyright information, Fugro's business website, and technical support email. Below the splash screen is the message log. This log records and displays warnings, messages, and errors to help you troubleshoot any Symmetry issue. It is defaulted to auto hide, so if you want to keep it docked at the bottom, move your cursor over here and click on the pin. This concludes getting started with Symmetry. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for upcoming tutorials.